पदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांशां श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणरघुनाथान्वितं तां सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपादान् सहगणललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांशाम् नमः ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्ता स्वामिन् इति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे नमो महावदन्याय कृष्णप्रेमप्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्णचैतन्य नामिने गौरतिषे नमः। हे कृष्णा करुणा सिन्धु दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कान्ता राधा कान्ता नमोऽस्तुते सप्तकाञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। Hare Krishna. Welcome to all the devotees to our weekly Smriti Satsang program. Somehow today also we could not have the temple hall for our usual program. So we are meeting online. And today being the last day of the calendar year, 31st December. So people all over they are gathering in order to invite or welcome the new English calendar year in the middle of the night. So in any case, so we have all come together today in this evening class, and we will continue with our discussion as we were doing in the last couple of weeks from chapter 24, Canto 4, the chapter entitled as Rudra Gita, the song sung by Rudra, Lord Shiva. One of the very special chapters in the fourth canto of Bhagavatam, very interesting and very important chapter. So in the previous discussions, we saw that following the order of their father, the 10 Prachetas, who are Sama, Dharma, Vaya, Shila, who are equal in all aspects, in following Dharma, in qualities, characteristics, and in every aspect they are all equal. They are actually one person in 10 bodies. So as they were going towards west, suddenly they happened to come across a lake, a wonderful lake, uh, consisting of all the variety of flowers which bloom in the daytime, which bloom in the night time, which bloom in the evening time, and also all the variety of birds and wonderful plants and trees, flower bearing and fruit bearing trees, etc. etc. As they were relishing the beauty of the nature, consisting of the water lake, birds, aquatics, flowers, bumblebees, etc., plants, fruits, flowers, etc. Suddenly, the sound of musical instruments is heard by the 10 Prachetas. Then suddenly from the water rose up Lord Shiva along with his intimate followers who are glorifying Lord Shiva's wonderful glories. So that Lord Shiva, who was very happy to look at the 10 Prachetas, suddenly came close to the Prachetas. Then looking at Lord Shiva, experiencing their good fortune, they fell flat and offered obeisances to Lord Shiva. And then Lord Shiva began to speak to the 10 Prachetas. He says that those who are completely dedicated to Lord Vasudeva, they are very dear to me. He is not telling that those who surrender to me are very dear to me. Those who worship me regularly, they are very dear to me. Those who speak my glories are very dear to me. Not like that. He says that those who are surrendered to Lord Vishnu are very dear to me. Without any pretensions, without any selfish motives, without any uh, uh, materialistic desires to fulfill. The with one and only reason to please Lord Vishnu. Whoever surrenders to Lord Vishnu, they are very dear to Lord Shiva. Because such a surrendered souls are very dear to me, I made myself visible to all 10 of you, brothers. The reason is, since all of you have come to worship the Supreme Lord, who is superior to unlimited living entities, who is superior to the material nature, who is also superior to the invisible Brahman, I will teach you one mantra, following which you will approach the Lord very quickly, in a very, 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 very respectable and auspicious way. So that mantra is revealed by Lord Shiva unto these 10 Prajetas. The reason is, he says, why? Why one need to worship Lord Vishnu? What was the purpose of worshipping Lord Vishnu? By worshipping Lord Vishnu, what one will attain? One might have such doubt. Lord Shiva himself, anticipating such an inquiry, they might ask, so why should we learn your mantra and worship Lord Vishnu by chanting that mantra? Something like that. Lord Shiva himself says, Swadharma Nishta Shatajanma Vipuman Virinchitam Eti. Those people, if they follow Varnashtama Dharma, Brahmachari, Grasta, Vanaprastha, Sannyasi, and whatever Varna one is in, properly for 100 lives, exactly as it is recommended by the scriptures, one will become Brahma. Whoever follows the Swadharma, one's own Dharma, one's own Ashrama Dharma, Varna Dharma properly for 100 lives, Shatajanma Bipuman, those people, Virinchitamit, they will become Virinchi. That means following Swadharma means practicing Nishkama Karma Yoga. Those who practice Nishkama Karma Yoga properly for 100 lifetimes, they will become Brahma. That is the means and the process to become Brahma. And then, similarly, if somebody practices Jnana Yoga and Ashtanga Yoga, will come to my abode, which is known as Brahma Jyoti. Tata Param Himam. So one step ahead of Nishkama Karma Yoga is Jnana Yoga and Ashtanga Yoga. Whoever practices Jnana Yoga and Ashtanga Yoga will become renounced. They will come to me. That means they will attain Sahyajya Mukti. They will enter into Brahman and then contemplate upon the Nama, Rupa, Gun, Leela, the Supreme Personality of God for the rest of eternity. That is there. But one step ahead of practicing Jnana Yoga and Ashtanga Yoga is Avyakritam Bhagavatota Vaishnavam. Padam. Avyakrita Padam. That transcendental abode will be obtained by those who practice bhakti, which is one step ahead of Jnana Yoga and Ashtanga Yoga, practicing which one attains impersonal Brahmajyoti, which is one step ahead of Nishkama Karma Yoga, practicing which for 100 lifetimes one attains the position of Brahma. Or if one practices Varna Dharma properly for few lifetimes, one will attain the abode of Brahma. Few lifetimes one will attain Brahma's abode, 100 lifetimes one will become Brahma. So better than practicing Nishkama Karma Yoga for 100 lifetimes is practicing Jnana Yoga and Ashtanga Yoga, as a result of which one will attain Sahajya Mukti. Better than practicing Jnana Yoga and Ashtanga Yoga and attaining Sahajya Mukti is worshipping the Supreme Personality of God, Bhagavan, by Bhakti Yoga and entering into Avyakritam Padam, that is Vaikunta. So one may say, oh my dear Shiva, you are staying in Brahman and you are asking me to go to Vaikunta. Is it fair? Generally, anybody comes to us, will say that you come to me, I'll take care of you. I'll give you good position, good fame, name, everything. You take my shelter, I'll take care of you. One will say like that. But Lord Shiva is telling that by practicing Jnana Yoga and Ashtanga Yoga, one will come to my abode, Brahmajyoti. But by practicing Bhakti, one can go to Vaikunta. I recommend you to practice Bhakti unto Lord Vishnu and go to Vaikunta. So you may think that I am staying in Brahmajyoti and I am telling you to go to Vaikunta. It may appear that I am like a cunning person or like a dualistic mentality person. Why am I saying like this? Then he says that Yataham. The other question is, having gone to Vaikunta, what will I do there? क्या करेंगे हम? Yata aham. He says, just like I also stay in Vaikunta in a different form and continuously serve Lord Vishnu, you also will continuously serve Lord Vishnu having gone to Vaikunta. Therefore, please practice bhakti and go to Vaikunta. And especially practice bhakti by the mantra which I will teach you. That mantra will enable you to go to Vaikunta very fast. See, this is the heart of Lord Shiva. The word Yataham clearly indicates that I also stay in Vaikunta in another form, wherein continuously serve the Lord in that form. And I request you also to come to Vaikunta and serve the Lord. See, Lord Shiva himself is staying in Vaikunta, so he is requesting all of us also to come to Vaikunta and serve the Lord. Because if he is not experiencing unlimited transcendental bliss, why would he recommend us to come to Vaikunta and worship the Lord? And he says that not only I, not only you, even the Vibhuda Kalatye, Yuda Kalatye, even the Devatas, the important Devatas, after their duties are over, they will also come to Vaikunta and serve the Lord. Currently, they are serving here by taking the responsibility of managing the universe. After their tenure is over, the most important principal Devatas all will come to Vaikunta and there they will serve the Lord in a personal way. See, I am already serving the Lord, and all these Devatas, starting from small Devata all the way up to Brahma, they also will, after completing the tenure, come to Vaikunta and serve the Lord. Are you not willing to come and serve the Lord and experience the transcendental bliss? So, like that, Lord Shiva is inspiring the 10 Prachetas to hear the mantra which you want to tell, to worship Lord Vishnu the way he is worshipping, and also come to Vaikunta and continue to worship Lord Vishnu the way he is worshipping in Vaikunta. This is the mood of Lord Shiva. This is how Lord Shiva personally comes and helps those who want to become the devotees of the Supreme Lord. So this is the heart of Lord Shiva. Then he says, Idam viviktam japtavyam pavitram mangalam param nishreyasakaram chapi shruyatam tadvidam vaha. He says that I will teach you this mantra. What is that mantra? It is a distinctive, pure, auspicious, supreme mantra which is supposed to be chanted while worshipping Lord Vishnu. Having chanted this, one will attain the highest benefit of going back to Vaikunta and be able to serve Lord Vishnu in person for the rest of eternity. What more can be the best thing one can obtain? So, on this very auspicious particular day, let us begin reading from this Rudra Gita, which is very distinct, very pure, very auspicious, the supreme mantra, chanting which, worshipping Lord Vishnu, one attains entry into Vaikunta and one attains the great opportunity of serving Lord Vishnu for the rest of eternity. So saying these words, encouraging the 10 prachetas, Lord Shiva begins to speak the Rudra Gita. Starting from text number 33, almost till the end of the chapter, Lord Shiva speaks Rudra Gita. This is very big, of course. Bhagavad Gita itself is about 700 slokas. Rudra Gita is not so much, but a good number of verses are there. So this contains about all the way up to 70, verse number 70 it will go. So starting from verse number 33 to 70. So almost 38 verses are there, Rudra Gita. So let us try to read these verses. Today few verses and in the future also the remaining verses. Sri Rudra Uvacha Jitamta Atma Vidvarya Swastaye Swastirastu Me Bhavata Radasa Radam Sarvasma Atmane Namaha. He says that the very first verse only says that, my dear Lord, you make yourself appear in various avatars in order to benefit your pure devotees. Jitamta Atmavid Varya Swastaye. For the purpose of the auspiciousness of the Atmavid Varya, the best of the knowers of the self, for their benefit, in order to reciprocate with their devotional service, you make yourself available to them in the form of various avatars. Anugrahaya Bhaktanam Manusham Dehamashrita. In order to show, display his anugraha upon the devotees, the Supreme Lord takes the form of the human being. Anugrahaya Bhaktanam Manusham Dehamashrita. Ye bhajeta ya shrutva. Ye bhajeta tadrushi kirida ya shrutva tatparo bhavet. And he performs various pastimes, superhuman pastimes, hearing which, contemplating which, the human beings will go back home back to Godhead. Yashrutva paro bhavet. They will be able to go back home back to Godhead. That is the only purpose for which the Supreme Lord appears in this material world. Sometimes as a human being, sometimes as half human, half lion, sometimes as Devata, sometimes as the great sages, sometimes this, sometimes that. For the only one purpose, to attract, to reciprocate with his loving devotees and to attract the conditioned soul so that he can take all the living entities back home back to Godhead. That was the only purpose with which the Supreme Lord makes his appearance again and again. Just like to make the lives of Atma Vida Varya auspicious, may you make my life also auspicious. Swasti Rastume. Let there be swasti unto me also. This is the first verse of Rudra Gita. What is the purpose of chanting this Rudra Gita? My dear Lord, you appear again and again in order to make their life auspicious, the life of your devotees. Same way, may you make my life auspicious. Bhavata Rajasa Raddam Sarvamsha Atmane Namaha. Let me worship you and let me attain success in worshipping you. Bhavata Aradasa Raddam Sarvamsha Atmane Namaha. He says that, oh Lord, let me also have the good opportunity of serving you and let me also become successful in my worship, because you are the Lord of everyone. You understand the desires of each and every living entity and fulfill their desires. Aham sarvasya prabhavo, sarvasya chaha mudisannivishto matta smritir jnanam apohanam cha. I situate in the heart of every living entity and accomplish the fulfillment of their endeavors by giving them remembrance, memory, and forgetfulness, etc. So, may I worship you and may I become successful in my worshipping you. So, like that, the very first verse, Lord Shiva is establishing Why you want to worship the Supreme Lord? The goal is very clear. Not that you wanted to move around here and there. My dear Lord, my only purpose is I want to become your eternal associate and serve you for the rest of eternity. Just like you made the life of selfless soul successfully, may you also make my life successful by giving me an opportunity of serving you. It's like that. But if you think that I am not qualified, I am not pure enough to serve you in person, so first let me pray for my purification. I let me attain the necessary qualification to worship you. So first, so keeping that in mind, Lord Shiva begins to offer prayers to various deities of our senses, mind, buddhi, ahankara, manbuddhi, ahankara, chetana, jnanendriyas, karmendriyas, pancha mahabhutas, pancha tanmatras, like that. For all these devatas, for all the Supreme Lord's roles in protecting all these different various senses, he offers prayers for the purification of those respective senses. So when the senses are pure, then one can become ready to serve the Supreme Lord. So with that intention, now we say Namo Pankaja Nabhaya Bhuta Sukshmendriyatmane Vasudevaya Shantaya Kutastaya Swarochise. Namo Pankajanaಭaya, let me offer my humble and respectful obeisances unto that Supreme Lord who has the lotus as from his navel. Who has lotus coming from his navel? Pankajanaಭa, Padmanabha, Lord Garbhodakshaya Vishnu. Why? Bhuta Sikshmendri Atmane. He is the Lord of Pancha Mahabhutas. He is the Lord of Sukshma. And matlab, the subtle properties of the Pancha Mahabhutas, that is, five Tanmatras, Shabda, Sparsha, Rupa, Rasa, Gandha, and Indriya, five Jnanendriyas and five Karmendriyas, and also four Antakaranas, Manbuddhi, Ahankara, Chetana, and Atmane, one's own self. He is telling that, let me offer my humble obeisance unto Lord Garbhodakshaya Vishnu, who will purify me. That means, who will purify myself, the Atma, and my entire body made up of 24 material elements. The four Antakaranas, 10, 5 Jnanendriyas, 5 Karmendriyas, 5 Manchamahabhutas, 5 Tanmatras. So he is praying to the Lord Garbhodakshaya Vishnu that, my dear Lord, please purify. Why? From Garbhodakshaya Vishnu navel came lotus flower. From that lotus flower came Brahma. From that Brahma, I and all the living entities came. All of us are manifested from Brahma. And Brahma manifested from lotus. The lotus manifested from Garbhodakshaya Vishnu. So all of us have direct connection to Garbhodakshaya Vishnu. It is he who has given us this material form. It is he who can purify our material form. So all of us should pay our homage, should pay our respects to Lord Garbhodakshaya Vishnu for the purification of ourselves and our body, which is made up of 24 material elements. So at the very beginning, Lord Shiva is offering respects to Garbhodakshaya Vishnu in order to purify our entire body and ourselves, consisting of 24 material elements. Then he starts offering prayers to individual devatas responsible for each and every, because we have all the 24 elements in our body. For each and every element he is praying separately. Then he says that Vasudevaya Shantaya Kutastaya Svarochisha. Lord Vasudeva is the deity of Chitta. Let my Chitta, let my consciousness be always turned towards you. Let my consciousness always be Krishna conscious. Let me be always Krishna conscious. Let me all be always thinking about, meditating about, contemplating about, desiring to serve the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna, Lord Vasudeva. So Lord Shiva is offering his prayer to Lord Vasudeva with the deity of Chitta, praying that may my Chitta always meditate upon you, may my Chitta remain in a pure state of consciousness. The first element is being, the deity of the first element is being offered respects, asking for the purification and protection and also service. Then next, he prays to the deity of Ahankara. After Chitta or after Mahatattva, the next one is Ahankara. Sankarshanaya Sukshmaya दुरन्तायान्तकाय च नमो विश्वप्रबोधाय प्रद्युम्नायान्तरात्मने. Next is praise to Lord Sankarsana. Vasudeva, then Sankarsana. Sankarsana is the worshipable deity of Ahankara. He is praying to Lord Sankarsana that, may Lord Sankarsana help me destroy the false ego of my Ahankara. Sankarshanaya Sukshmaya Durantaya Antakaya cha. Whatever uncontrollable attitude that are there in my Ahankara, let all those things be destroyed, let all those things be removed, let all those things be purified, so that I can identify myself as an eternal devotee of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Jivera Sarupai Krishnera Nityadas. That is our real Ahankara. All other Ahankaras are all Mithya Ahankaras. I am male, I am female, I am student, I am husband, I am father, I am grandfather, I am uncle, I am this, I am that. All these identities are all Mithya Ahankaras. The real identity is Jivera Swarupai Krishnera Nityadas. Let me attain that state of consciousness. May my Ahankara be completely pure. Let me identify only as the devotee of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. For this, he is praying to Lord Sankarsana. Then after that, Namo Vishwaprabodhaya Pradyumnaya Antaratmane. Then he is praying to Lord Pradyumna, who is the deity of intelligence. Huh? So Vishwaprabodhaya, he is enlightening the entire universe. May he also enlighten me. When Lord Pradyumna enlightens, our intelligence can focus upon the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Dadami buddhyogam tam yenamam upayantite. So when Lord Tesham Satayuktanam Bhajatam Priti Purvakam Bhajan Dadami Buddhiyogam Tam Yenama Upayantite. When our intelligence is completely purified, then we understand by doing what we can obtain Supreme Lord, we can go back home back to Godhead. So in that way, he is praying to Pradyumna, Lord Pradyumna, who is the deity of intelligence, to purify the intelligence so that intelligence can always focus on the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Because he is Vishwa Prabodhaya. He is enlightening the entire universe. Let he also enlighten me. When he enlightens us, we will be able to focus our intelligence upon the Supreme Personality of God. Understanding the philosophy concerning the Supreme Lord, the Tattva concerning the Supreme Lord, understanding the reasons logically about the divine appearance and activities of the Supreme Lord. Janma karma cha me divyam evam yo veti tatataha. Taktva deha punarjanma naiti mameti for Arjuna. He who understands the divine appearance and activities of the Supreme Lord will go back, come back to Godhead and will never come back again in this material world. That is possible when our intelligence is purified. In order to purify our intelligence, we need to pray to Lord Pradyumna. That is what our Lord Shiva is praying for. So first Chitta, second Ahankara, third intelligence, and fourth mind. Namo Namo Niruddhaya ऋषिकेन्द्रियात्मने ऋषिकेशेन्द्रियात्मने Namo Paramahamsaya Puranaya Nibrutatmane. Namo Namo Aniruddhaya Rishika Isha Indriya Atmane. Rishika means senses. Rishika Isha means the master of the senses, that is mind. And also Indriya Atmane means the source of the senses, the source of the activities of the senses. So in that way. So whatever it is said that in order to purify our mind, we need to pray to Lord Aniruddha. He is the worshipable deity of our mind. So our mind is continuously wandering here and there. Chanchalam hi manakrishna pramadi balavadrudam. So it is continuously going here and that is very, 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 very difficult to control the turbulent mind. But when we pray to Lord Aniruddha, there is a possibility of mind becoming stable, mind becoming purified, mind becoming controlled. For that reason, Lord Shiva is offering prayers to Lord Aniruddha to control the mind. And then, in order to do anything in this world, We all should be living in this world. We all should be able to see. We all should be able to perform various activities. We are able to live, we are able to see, we are able to perform all the different variety of activities only by the presence of Surya. Now, Lord Shiva is offering prayers to Lord Surya. Nama Paramahamsaya Purnaya Nibrutatmane. So, Paramahamsa refers to Surya, who makes our life complete by his presence. So, in that way. Because Nibrutatmane is maintaining all of us by giving his light, heat, and also opportunity to work. If there is no sun, we can never ever work. So like that. So the next one is offering praise to Surya. Even everyday Gayatri mantra also we offer our worship to Surya. Om Bhur Bhuva Swaha Tasavitur Varenyam Bargo Devasya Dhimai Thiyo Annacha Prachojayat. Oh Sun God, by your effulgence you are maintaining Bhuloka, Bhurloka, Sargaloka. Thank you very much for maintaining us. Let always contemplate upon your selfless service. Something like that. So he is requesting that please, you are already Purna, you make our life Purna by purifying our vision. So like that, he is praying so that we'll be able to perform only devotional activities and not perform any other activities. And also purify our vision so that we'll be able to see your deity form, not anything material in this world. Our vision, which is meant for looking at the deity forms of Supreme Lord. Mukunda Lingalaya Darshane Drusham. Our eyes are meant to see the deity form of the beautiful deity from the Supreme Lord, not to look here and there in the material objects and material sensory objects. Barhai tete nayane naranam lingani vishnur na nirikshatehe. Those eyes which we do not see, which do not see the form of the deity forms of the Supreme Lord, are not no better than the eyes and the plumes of the peacock feather. Like that, Srimad Bhagavatam says. But in any case, my dear Surya, please make our life complete by giving us the opportunity to serve the Lord throughout the day and making us see the beautiful transcendental forms of the Supreme Lord. So like that, he is praying to the Lord of the vision. Then he says that Swarga Apavarga Dwaraya Nityam Suchi Shade Namaha Namo Hiranya Viryaya Chaturhotraya Tantave. In this verse, he continues to continue to offer obeisances to Sun God, and then he offers obeisances to Agni. Sarga Apavarga Dwaraya Nityam Suchi Sade Namaha. It is by the auspicious appearance of Sun God, our life becomes auspicious. Otherwise, we remain in the darkness only. Darkness is considered to be inauspiciousness, light is considered to be auspiciousness. When sun rises, our home, ourself all become auspicious. And it is the same sun who takes one to Swarga, who takes one to Apavarga. The sun is called as Sargadwara, the sun is also called as Apavargadwara. It is by taking the help of sun god, one goes to Swarga and also one goes to Apavarga. To that sun, I offer my obeisances, who purifies me every day by his rising. And then to Agni. After sun, the most important deity is Agni. Namo Hiranya Viryaya Chaturhotraya Tantave. He says, Oh Agni, you accomplish the completion of all our activities, including yajna. Because in the material world, in relation to varnashram duties, all one's activities are completed when when an activity is accompanied by yajna. As Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna says, Yajnartat karmano anyatra lokoyam karma bandhana tadartam karma kaunteya nityam yajne pratishtitaha. So like that. Yajnartat karmano, when we perform our activities to accomplish yajna, we are not bound, we are freed. Otherwise, if we do activity not as an offering to yajna, we are bound in this material world. It is by accomplishing yajna only we get our food, because our food is directly depends upon accomplishment of yajna. अन्नात् भवन्ति भूतानि पर्जन्यादन्न संभवा यज्ञात् भवन्ति पर्जन्यो यज्ञ कर्म समुद्भवः. When we execute our varnashram duties, we accomplish yajna. When yajna is accomplished, there is rain. When the rains are there, there are food grains. When there are food grains, we are nourished. All the living entities are nourished, and we can perform yajna. As a result of that, devatas are nourished. So yajna is that one thing which is actually making our life prosperous, making devatas' life prosperous, everyone becoming prosperous. And yajna is accomplished by four types of brahmanas: Hota, Udgata, Advaryu, and Brahmana. So Chaturhotraya. Chaturhotra also is generally yajna, but the yajna is accomplished by four category of priests. Four kinds of priests are required in order to accomplish a yajna. For example, recently we had Gita yajna here. In that Gita yajna, we have Radha Prabhu chanting the mantras. We have Murlidhar Prabhu offering the ghee and other oblations. We have few other devotees who are kind of helping in accomplishing all the other activities like that. At least we had here Hota and Udgata. But in the big big yajnas, we have Advaryu and Brahma also, who take care of other aspects of the execution of yajna. So in that way. But in any case, it is Agni who makes the yajna is completed, yajna is getting done. It is by performance of yajna, all our activities are completed. So that's why we say in the Bhagavad Gita, na, yajnanam japa yajñosmi. So there are some who are performing actual fire sacrifice, and all of us are performing japa yajna. By the performance of japa yajna, our life becomes complete. Without which, our life remains incomplete. So that is what is happening. So in that way. So he is offering obeisances to Lord Agni. So in that. And also Lord Agni, the deity of our mouth. The mouth has another function, speaking. So may Agni, may the Supreme Lord, who in the form of Agni, may purify my mouth so that my mouth only speak the glories of Krishna, not mundane topics. That is also being prayed. We have to understand that. And the next verse, he offers prayers to other two more devatas. Nama Urja Isha Trayaya Pataye Yajnaretasaya Truptidhaya cha Divanam Namas Sarvarasatmane. Here is offering his prayers to moon god. Moon god has many things to do. Nama Urja Ishe Traya Pataye Yajnaretase. He is telling that so it is through moon we are able to please the devatas and we are able to please the pitrus by offering our oblations unto moon god. And also Tripti Daya cha Jivanam. It is the moon who is giving us satisfaction by giving taste in our food. Whatever food we are eating, that food becomes tasteful only because of the moon rays. Kama Bhutani Darayami Ahamojasa Pushnami Aushadi Sarve Somo Bhutva Rasatmaka. Because Soma is made up of Rasa, Sarva Rasatmane, Namas Sarva Rasatmane. Soma is made up of all rasas. That's why he is able to give us rasa in our food that we are eating. As a result of that, we are experiencing Pushti, Tushti, and Turti, Kshapayonu removal of hunger, nourishment, satisfaction, all these things we are able to experience because of the presence of the moon. Then he says that, may that moon give me good satisfaction and also may my tongue only relish Krishna Prasadam, nothing else. Let it not look for sinful, contaminated food. Only my tongue be pleased by tasting Krishna Prasadam because the moon had the ability of providing the taste in our food only by the blessings of the Supreme Lord. Let me eat only Krishna Prasadam so that the Supreme Lord who is giving us the taste in our food be satisfied by my eating Krishna Prasad. So that way, Lord Shiva is offering praise to moon god. So one may think, so why Lord Shiva is offering praise to moon god? Because this is a mantra. This mantra includes all the devatas who are actually helping in somehow or directly or indirectly, all those devatas blessings we need in order to purify our elements, so that we will become qualified to come back to God and serve the Supreme Lord. We cannot deny their presence. Even Lord Shiva in one prayer offers obeisances to himself only. Because Lord Shiva himself is the deity of Ahankara. That is also there. We'll see that in the future verses. Then he says that सर्व सर्वसत्त्वात्मदेहाय विशेषाय सवीयसे नमस्त्रैलोक्यपालाय सह ओजो बलाय च. In this verse, he is offering obeisances to Vayu. Sarva Sattva Atma Dehaya. For all the living entities, only by your presence they are all able to maintain their life. All of us are able to maintain our life because we are all able to breathe. If we don't breathe, we cannot perform any activity. Even what to speak of us, the entire universal form also does not able to perform any activity if the prana is not there. Prana has two aspects. One is breathing, other one is kriya shakti. Whatever activity that we are doing, that energy, that energy and also urja, courage, all these things are given by our prana. What all prana is giving? Saha oja balaya. Bala stands for physical energy. Oja stands for the energy of the senses. Saha stands for the energy of the mind. We say sahas. Sahas means that determination and tolerance and the ability of the mind to accomplish the activity with courage. Ojas means the ability of the senses to accomplish the task. And bala means the ability of the body to accomplish the activities. All these things are obtained only by proper breathing, proper pranavayu that is given by Vayu. So offering obeisance to Vayu Deva. So like that. Make mind, senses and body suitable for worshipping you. I offer respects unto you. By purifying my mind, by purifying my senses, by purifying my gross body, make it suitable to serve you. Like that, the prayers are being made to Vayu, the deity of prana. So like that. Next, Arthalingaya Nabase Namo Antarbahiraatmane Nama Punyaya Lokaya Anusmai Bhuri Varshase. In the first two lines, he offers obeisances to ether. Arthalingaya Nabase Namo Antarbahir Atmane. So let me offer my respectable obeisances unto ether, who reveals the meaning of the words. Arthalingaya. We hear so many words in the Vedic literatures. The meaning is understood only when there is audible sound. When somebody speaks to us, somebody explains to us the meaning of the Vedas, that whatever sound, audible vibration they make, that will come to us through the medium of ether in the form of sound and enters into our ear, enters into our heart, and makes those words clear to our heart. Especially the words which is explaining about the transcendental Nama, Rupa, Guna, Leela of the Supreme Lord. Let all those words be clear to us by with proper meanings. This is all possible by the Akasha. So praying to that Akasha, may my dear Akasha please transmit those transcendental vibration into my ear and then to my heart, so that let me able to understand and contemplate upon the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Without proper understanding, I cannot contemplate. प्रविष्टाकर्णरन्ध्रेण स्वानं भावसरोरुहं दुनोति समलं कृष्ण सलिलस्य यथा शरत्. When we hear Krishna Katha continuously, Lord Krishna also enters through, along with the sound vibration through our ear and enters into our heart. When Lord Krishna personally comes into our heart, Dunoti Shamalam Krishna, whatever mala, whatever contamination in the heart, everything is wiped away, everything is completely washed away, and one becomes purified at heart. So that one will be able to meditate upon the Supreme Personality of God, one will be able to see the Supreme Lord, as if we are able to see the underground in the Sharadrutu water. Salilasya Yatha Sharad. During rainy season, June, July, August, September, the water is completely muddy. But in October, November, when the rains are stopped, when the water becomes crystal clear, we can see underground the base how it is. So like that. So that's how One is offering prayers to Akasha. Namo Antar Bahiratmane, which is there inside and outside. And then finally next, why one want to be purified? One way want to purify the five Jnanendriyas, five Karmendriyas, Man, Buddhi, Ahankara, Chetana, five Panchamahabhutas and five Tanmatras. The reason is we need to go back home back to guarded. What do you mean by go back home back to guarded? Vaikunta. We want to go to Vaikunta and serve the Lord in person for the rest of eternity. That's why it is glorified in the next verse, next part of the verse. Namo punyaya lokaya amusmai bhuri varchase. The self-effulgent punya loka, that is Vaikunta, let me offer obedience to that loka. I am doing all these prayers because I want to come to Vaikunta and be able to see the Lord and worship the Lord for the rest of eternity in close proximity. That's how he is offering prayers to Lord Vaikunta. Because I have already purified my entire body consisting of 24 elements. Now I am ready to come to Vaikunta. Oh Punya Loka, oh Punya Vaikunta, please allow me entry in your abode. Allow me that opportunity to serve the Lord, to see the Lord, to touch the Lord. So like that. That is a prayer being offered here unto Supreme Lord. So then one may say that, oh, you just offered some prayers and you think that your sins are purified and you can come to Vaikunta, just like that. So then, yes, one way it is yes means the senses are purified means the senses are only purified when we practice sadhana bhakti. Without practicing sadhana bhakti, the senses are not purified. As Srila Prabhupada says in the Nectar of Devotion, this verse, what is that? Ata Sri Krishna Namadi na bhavet grahyam indre sevo nukehi jivado swayameva spurati yada. When we engage our senses, starting from tongue, all our senses in the service of Supreme Lord, slowly, all the senses are purified. Then eventually the Supreme Lord is revealed himself. He will reveal himself within the core of our heart. Then we'll be able to see him and eventually be able to serve him. That is told in the sutra form there. The same thing is mentioned here. Purifying our senses means we have already practiced our Vedi sadhana bhakti thoroughly. It is only by the practice of Vedi sadhana bhakti only we can purify our senses. So by indicating that I am purifying my senses means I am executing Vedi sadhana bhakti. When we execute Vedi sadhana bhakti and eventually come to the platform of Anartha Nivrutti, Nishtha, Ruchi, Asakti, Bhava, Prema, then one is able to go back home back to Godhead. Because we have done so much sadhana bhakti, the Supreme Lord will be favorably inclined to us and will award the fulfillment of our desired blessing. Just like he awards everything that is being anticipated by every person in this world. What are the different ways Lord awards the desires of the respected people in this world in various ways? That is being indicated in next one or two verses. It is said as, in the next verse it is said, Pravruttaya Nivruttaya Pitrudevaya Karmane Namo Adharma Vipakaya Mrutyave Dukkadehaya Cha Dukkadaya Cha. In the Bhagavad Gita we have one verse. Yanti Deva Vrata Deva Pitrun Yanti Pitrunvata Bhutani Yanti Bhutejja Yanti Madhyajinopimam. Those who worship Devatas will go to the Devaloka. Those who worship Pitrus, they will go to Pitruloka. Those who worship me will come to me. So this worship me is not there in this verse. But those who worship Bhuta Preta Pishashas, they will go to their respective Loka. And these three are indicated in this verse. Pravruttaya, Nivruttaya, Pitrudevaya, Karamane. Okay, Nivruttaya is also there. Pitrudevaya Karamane, that means Pravruttaya, those who want to go to Pitruloka and Devaloka, they follow Pravrutti Marga. They follow Sakama Karma. Eventually they are awarded that result. And those who want to go back home back to Godhead, they will follow Nishkama Karma Yoga, then Jnana Yoga and Ashtanga Yoga and Bhakti Yoga. They eventually go back home back to Godhead, having attained 5 types of liberations. Sahyajya Mukti, Salokya, Sarishti, Samipya and Sarupya, etc. So Pravritti refers to going to Pitruloka and Devaloka. Nivritti refers to going to Vaikuntha Loka. And also, for those people, Adharma Vartina, नमो अधर्म विपाकाय मृत्यवे दुःखदाय च. For those who take shelter of adharma, they will get the result in the form of mrityu, and also they get the result in the form of hellish punishment. They also get result in the form of birth in the families of asuras and birth in the family of lower species. All these things are also awarded by the Supreme Lord. Ye etamam prapadyante tamstaiva bhajamiham. Aham sarvasya prabho mattam sarvam pravartate. It is I who create this world. It is I by whom everything is under operation. Whatever we do, we get the results by the blessings of the Supreme Lord. The Supreme Lord is the giver of the results of all those activities that we perform. Those who practice Pravritti Marga, they either go to Sargaloka or Pitraloka. Those who practice Nivritti Marga, they will go to either Brahmajyoti or Vaikunta. And those who practice Adharma, they will attain death, they will go to Yamaloka, and then eventually they will go to take birth in the lower species or animals or birds or plants, or they take birth in Asura and Rakshasa Santati. So all these things are awarded by the same Supreme Lord. If the Supreme Lord is glorified as awarder of the Nivritti Dharma, the awarder of Vaikunta by practicing Nivritti Dharma, so he can offer Nivritti Dharma, result of Nivritti Dharma also, because I am also following Nivritti Dharma, that is practicing a bhakti, Vedi sadhana bhakti. So definitely he will offer me the result of taking me Bhakam Bhakti Godhead and giving me the opportunity to serve the Supreme Lord. Because the Supreme Lord is the most auspicious person, he can award the most auspicious results also. That is being indicated in the next verse. Namasta Ashisham Isha Manave Karanatmane Namo Dharmaya Bruhate Krishnaya Kunta Medase Purushaya Puranaya Sankhya Yogeshwaraya Cha. Here it says that the Lord is the bestower of Swarga and Apavarga. Namaste Asham Isha Manave Karanatmane. Namo Dharmaya Bruhate, because the Lord is known as Dharma Purusha. Dharmo Vigrahan Rama. Ramayana says that Lord Rama is known as the embodiment of Dharma. Lord Krishna is glorified as Dharma Setu, the protector of Dharma. Yada yada hi dharmasya glanir bhavati bharata apyutthanam adharmasya tadatmanam sujamyaham paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya cha dushtam dharma samsthapanarthaya sambhavami yuge yuge. Lord is the protector and establisher of dharma, and also he is the teacher of dharma. Whenever he appears, he teaches dharma. In dharma, there are so many gradations. So dharma has got 4 gradations: Nishkama Karma Yoga, Jnana Yoga, and Ashtanga Yoga, and also Bhakti Yoga. These 4 also called as dharmas. The Supreme Lord appears in various avatars, various acharya forms, in order to teach us according to our psychophysical nature, whatever suitable to us, he teaches that particular dharma according to time, place, circumstances. For some, he teaches Nishkama Karma Yoga. For some, he teaches Jnana Yoga. For some, he teaches Ashtanga Yoga. For some, he teaches Bhakti Yoga. In order to teach Sankhya Yoga, Lord appears as Kapila. In order to teach Ashtanga Yoga, Lord appears as who is that person? Dattatreya. In order to teach Karma Yoga, Lord appears in the form of great sages. In order to teach Bhakti Yoga, Lord appears as Narada Muni, Brahma, Shiva, all the 12 Mahajanas, and also he appears himself in the various avatars. According to time, place, circumstances, either directly or indirectly, he teaches all of us the dharma. That's why it's called as Dharma Goptaye, Dharmaya Bruhate. The holder of dharma, the protector of dharma, the revealer of dharma, the teacher of dharma. It is he is everything. So Purushaya Puranaya is also Purana Purusha. Krishnaya Akunta Medasa is a person endowed with unlimited intelligence. So he can do everything. And to that Lord, who will reveal dharma according to time, place, circumstance, sometimes in the form of Nishkama Karma Yoga, Jnana Yoga, Ashtanga Yoga, and Bhakti Yoga. He is revealing, he is protecting, he is guarding, he is establishing and also he is teaching, and also he will present, he offer the results of the practice of those dharmas. Since I am practicing Bhakti Yoga, it is he taught, so he should give me the results of taking me go back home, back to Godhead. सततं कीर्तयन्तो मां यतन्तस्य दुरव्रता नमस्सन्तस्य मां भक्त्या नित्ययुक्ता उपासते. The devotees continuously discussing about, hearing about, contemplating upon the Supreme Personality of Godhead, they execute bhakti without having any second thought. Ananya chintayanto mam ye jana paryupasate tesham nityabhiyuktanam yogakshemam vahamiham. So like that, without any second thought in one's heart, if one performs bhakti alone unto the Supreme Lord with only single desire of serving the Lord in Lord's abode Vaikuntha for the rest of eternity by being his close associate. Lord says that, my dear devotee, don't worry, I'll take the promise that I will take you to the spiritual world and I will give you that opportunity of serving me for the rest of eternity. Because it is Lord who is teaching us, it is Lord who is instructing us practice Karma Yoga, Jnana Yoga, Ashtanga Yoga, and Bhakti Yoga. It is He who is teaching us how to practice Karma Yoga, Jnana Yoga, Ashtanga Yoga, Bhakti Yoga. And if we practice, it is His responsibility to give us the corresponding results. So I have complete faith that He will offer the results without having any doubt. So like that, because I have executed bhakti sufficiently, he will take me to spiritual world and give me that opportunity to serve him in person. Like that he says. And next he says, Chaktitraya sametaya medushe ahankritatmane cheta akuti rupaya namo vacha vibhutaye. So in this verse he is offering obeisance to Lord Shiva only. Shaktitraya sametaya medushe ahankara atmane. Lord Shiva is known as ahankara atma because he is the deity of ahankara, and he had three kinds of shaktis. What was those three shaktis? Jnana Shakti, Kriya Shakti, and Dravya Shakti. From Jnana Shakti comes mind and devatas. From Kriya Shakti comes intelligence, prana and karmendriya, jnanendriyas. From Dravya Shakti comes Panchamahabhutas and Panchatanmatras. All these things are under his control. They are all produced from Lord Shiva. They are under his control. If Lord Shiva is pleased, our ahankara is purified and all these elements are purified. Along with ahankara, all these elements are engaged in devotional service. Cheta akuti rupaya namo vacha vibhutaye. Let all these things, the form of knowledge and action senses, knowledge senses, all my senses along with ahankara be engaged in the service of Supreme Lord after being purified. Let Lord Shiva purify my ahankara, jnanendriyas, karmendriyas, tanmatras, panchamahabhutas, mind, etc., etc., etc. So that's way, in the beginning he offered prayers to Garbhodaksha Vishnu to purify everything. At the end he is offering prayers to Lord Shiva, who is the Lord of all the lower senses. Other than Mahatattva, everything else is under the control of Lord Shiva, under control of Ahankara. So he is offering prayers to Lord Shiva to purify Ahankara onwards all the rest of the elements, so that one will be able to engage in the devotional service of Supreme Lord in person. So this is how one need to purify all one's elements by offering prayers to the respective upasya deities and presiding deities, the respective worshipable deities and also controlling deities. And now the question is, oh my dear devotee, I accept that you have executed that sadhana which I have taught. Okay, fine. And your senses are purified. Fine. All the devatas are bestowed their blessings upon you. Fine. And for what purpose? You want to come to Vaikuntha and serve me. Now tell me, which Vaikuntha you want to come, which form you want to see, which form you want to serve. That is the next question. So one should actually have a choice what one wants to do having gone to Vaikuntha. Without that understanding, one cannot go to Vaikuntha. त्वं भक्तियोगपरिभावितरुस्तरोजा आस्ते श्रुतक्षितपतो ननुनाथ पुंसां यद्यद्धीयत उरुगाय विभवयन्ति तत्तत्वपु प्रणयसे तदनुग्रहाय. Lord Brahma offers prayers unto Garbhodaksha Vishnu. In the third canto, he says that, my dear Lord, it is one of your expansion who appears in the form of Guru will teach us the meaning of the Vedas, hearing which one understands how to execute bhakti. By executing bhakti, one's senses are purified. Then one develops a desire to worship you in person. At that time, one want to serve you in a particular form. Some devotees want to serve you in your Krishna's form. Some want to serve you in your Rama's form. Some want to serve you in your Varaha, Kurma, Matsya, Nrasimha, Vamana, Parashurama, like that various forms. So because they have already taken shelter of a guru, heard sufficiently, practiced bhakti, purified themselves, now they are qualified enough to come back to Godhead. Because by the way, they also developed a desire to serve you in one of your particular form. So accordingly, in order to reciprocate with such devotees, you offer that Vaikuntha in which that particular form that they desire is there, so that they will be able to serve that particular form for the rest of eternity. And also, if somebody want to serve Lord Krishna in Golok Vrindavan, the devotees will also get a suitable physical form so that they can serve the Lord in that particular rasa. If somebody want to serve the Lord in Dasya Bhav, they need to get a form of one of the Gopas here and there. Sakya Bhav, Gopa boy, who is of equal age of Lord Krishna. Vasalya Bhav, a Gopa who is of elderly, equal to the age of the parents of Lord Krishna like Nanda and Yashoda. And if somebody want to serve Lord Krishna in Madhurya Bhav, one should have the form of a gopi, the young girl who is lesser in age than Krishna. So like that, that particular physical form is also awarded by Lord, the Supreme Lord, so that they will be able to serve the Lord the way they want. That is most important. So before going to Vaikuntha, before aspiring to go to Vaikuntha, we should also have the aspiration to serve a particular deity of the Lord in a particular rasa. So that question is asked, which Vaikuntha you want to go, which form you want to worship. That is being mentioned in this verse. And by the way, today is 31st December and people make resolutions. And this should be our resolution. From today on, we should have this particular resolution contemplated upon every day, every minute, every second. Because this is the most important desire all of us should cultivate. What is that? दर्शनं नो दिदृक्षूणां देहि भागवतार्चितं रूपं प्रियतमं स्वानां सर्वेन्द्रियगुणाञ्जनम्. He says that darshanam no didrukshunam. My dear Lord, I have a desire to see you in a particular form. What kind of form? Rupam Priyatamam Swanam, that form which is very dear to your dearmost devotees. But for what purpose you want to see that form? Dehi Bhagavat Architam. If you award me that form, I will continue to do Archana. I will continue to do personal service unto you. My dear Lord, I want to serve you that form of yours which is very much endeared by your wonderful devotees. Please show that form and give me that opportunity to serve that form. If Lord asks, why are you so eager about serving me only? You can serve so many things are there in this world. Why don't you serve all the things of this world? Then Lord Shiva says, Sarva Indriya Gunanjanam. All my senses become more and more agitated if I serve material objects. All my senses will become completely successful, completely satisfied, completely glorified when I see you and serve you. It is only by seeing you and by serving you, all my senses attain perfection. All my senses become complete in their complete in the purpose of their existence. All my senses attain complete satisfaction. Gunanjanam. Anjan means kajal. We apply kajal. At least, especially the small kids are applied kajal because the parents want they should have proper eyes. Their eyes should be proper. The kajal will protect the eyes from all the diseases and all. Same way, Sarvendriya Gunanjanam. It is only by looking at the transcendental form Supreme Lord, all my senses attain completion, all my senses attain perfection, all my senses become completely pacified. They do not have any desire to look here and there. They don't want to see anything here and there. They don't want to taste. They don't want to relish. They don't want to eat or experience here and there. They don't want to hear. touch anything here and there. They are completely satisfied by serving the Lord, by seeing the Lord, by hearing the Lord, by touching the Lord, by smelling the Lord, by speaking and hearing about the Lord. Darshanamno didrikshunam dehi bhagavatarchitam rupam priyatamam swanam sarvendriya gunanjanam. All of us can by heart this verse, and whenever we stand in front of the deity, we can offer this prayer. My dear Lord, please award me that opportunity to come to Vaikuntha and able to see that form of yours and opportunity to serve you in person. Today, here in the temple, I am doing Archana. I want to do that Archana in Vaikuntha to you in person, in that particular form, in that particular rasa. Please give me that opportunity. This is the desire of, this should be the desire of a devotee, and this should be the New Year resolution. One may say that why Lord's form? What is the speciality of Lord's form? Why not something else? There are so many things wonderful in this world. Yeah, so many things are there in this world. Why are you not asking for them? Why are you asking for the Lord's form and all, which is revealed? What is the glory of Lord's form, which is revealed in the future verses? So that we will discuss in the future classes. But anyway, with a desire to end on a good note on this particular year of ending day, last day of the English calendar, and the beginning of the first day of the new year of the English calendar, let this be our resolution from today on. Oh, my dear Lord, please show me that form of yours, which is endeared by your wonderful devotees, which is seen and worshipped by many of your devotees. And I also want to see, I also want to serve that form of your, either Krishna's form or Rama's form or Narsimha's form, Vamana, Kurma, Varaha, whatever, as per the liking of the devotee. One should aspire to serve and offer prayers of requesting the Supreme Lord to show that form, take us back home, back to Godhead, and give us the opportunity to serve the Lord. So this should be the resolution for the upcoming new year. Hare Krishna. With these few words, we will stop here. So, Hare Krishna. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Prabhuji. Thank you so much for giving this resolution for at the end of this year and welcoming the another year of the Gregorian calendar. And we all will definitely have this resolution. Darshanam no tridukshanam dehi bhagavatarchitam rupam priyatamam swanam sarvendriya gunanjanam. Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you so much for the wonderful lecture. And may I request His Grace Vrishabhanu Prabhuji to conclude this year's last class by his sweet kirtan.
Yes.
So, thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासदि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 रामा राम रामा हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 रामा राम रामा हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्णा हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम हरे 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 कृष्णा Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Krishna, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Radha Gopinath, Radha Gopinath, Radhe. 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 Jaya Gauranitai, 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 Jaya Gauranitai, Jaya Shri Gopal, Shri Gopal, Shri Gopal, Jaya Shri Gopal, Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Jaya Gurudev, 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 Jaya Jaya Gurudev, Nitai Gaur Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaur Hari Bol. Namaste Narasimhaya, Prahlad Daine, हिरण्यकशिपूर्वस्य दिलटङ्कान थालये इतो नरसिंहा परतो नरसिंहा यतो यतो यामि ततो नरसिंहा बाहे नरसिंहा हृदये नरसिंहा नरसिंहमदि शरणं प्रपद्ये तव कर कमलवरे नखाम् अद्भुत सिंगाम् दलित हिरण्यकशिपूतनुबृन्दाम् केशवधृता नरहरिरूपा जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय नरसिंहदेव 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 जय नरसिंहदेव जय प्रहलाद महाराज प्रहलाद महाराज प्रहलाद महाराज जय प्रहलाद महाराज भक्ति विघ्न विनाशक लक्ष्मी नरसिंहदेव भगवान की जय भक्त शिरोमणि प्रहलाद महाराज की जय श्री प्रभुपाद की जय श्री गुरुदेव की जय गौड़ प्रेमानंदी हरि हरि बोल हरे कृष्णा
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Vrishabhanu Prabhu. That is the perfect ending for the year and for perfect welcoming for the new year. A very powerful lecture by Pavaneshwar Prabhuji and a very sweet kirtan by Vrishabhanu Prabhuji as well as for our protection, Narasimha prayers. Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you so much.
हरे कृष्णा हरे कृष्णा
There is
all
no
of you wonderful Krishna conscious happy new year हरे कृष्णा
Correct.
Yes,
Thank
Prabhuji.
you,
A
Prabhu.
very, very
Thank you.
happy Krishna conscious new year to everyone. Hare Krishna. Dandavad pranam to everyone.
yeah.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
There are no further announcements, so we can end up our lecture here. And let's meet next Tuesday. I hope that we'll meet personally there in our Avudulamat. Hare Krishna. Thank you
Hare
so
Krishna
much.
thank you
Hare Krishna to all. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.